Okay, hello and good day to everyone that is currently tuning in here at Phoenix Holdings. This is your host once again for today's AMA CH, and we have this time an AMA with Alpha Labs. And from the Alpha Labs team, we got our special guest for today, Tradar. Is that the right way to pronounce your name? Tradar or Radar, Trader or something? Is yeah.
Absolutely, radar is it. It's a play on trader and radar. I try and find the
Oh
best.
yeah.
No, to be completely honest, I thought of the name and I've done absolutely nothing with it except turn my Telegram username to that. There's nothing else. So,
It's quite
tra-
smart, I would say. Yeah,
thank you. I
radar.
appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's weird. It's the first time I heard someone actually made this play of the name. Oh wait, give me a minute. If okay, I think some.
Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
someone just ringing. Okay, 1 minute. Sorry.
For anyone who's wondering, if you take Tradar, I will find you. I'm totally kidding, guys. The name's up for grabs. I only use it as a pseudonym. Due to the fact that I deal with
Oh,
a
sorry
lot of
about
different
that.
people.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
really sorry.
you're right.
Someone just made a wrong
That's okay.
ring to my phone. Yeah, that rarely happens.
No
But
worries.
anyway, I guess to get started with the AMA, can you please introduce yourself to us officially? Give us a bit of background about your crypto history and everything, and how did you eventually got involved in the project Alpha Labs?
Absolutely, no problem at all. So I go by Tradar. I live in Asia, but I am from Canada. And basically, what happened was I came across some money in 2016 through a couple years later through crypto. And what I ended up doing with that was planning my life outside of where I was from back in Canada. I've now lived here for 3 years. And the way that I've continued to make money is through crypto. Not your traditional methods. I'm not trading. I'm not doing, ironically enough, my name Tradar. I'm not actually doing any trading myself. What I do is I work for a DeFi education platform, and I also write fundamental analysis reports on different Ethereum or EVM compatible protocols. It stretches across a whole bunch of different ways. However, that is the research that I do. And through that research, I was able to develop a pretty substantial resume. And with that resume, I ended up working with the guys over at Alpha Labs. So I'm on the core team. My name's Tradar, and we've got two absolutely unbelievable developers over there that are basically innovating new things that we're going to be able to implement in Web3 and the future of marketing and everything like that. So another beautiful thing about our team is that I'm in Asia. We've got guys on the East Coast of America, the guys on the West Coast of America, and then also people in Europe as well. So we kind of cover 24 hours of the day without even planning it that way, but it adds an extra boost to the actual community because questions will be answered 24/7. There's absolutely no stress.
Yeah, that's a really convenient coincidence then that you're over the time zones. You'll be able to cover that.
Absolutely. We kind of realized that when we were planning our team meetings and stuff, and it was just a pain in the ass trying to get everybody in one area at one time because it was either 4 a.m. for me or 4 a.m. for someone else. So there is a way, and it sucks for one time zone, but we tend to switch it up. But outside of that, that's pretty much it, man. That's how I met the team. That's my background personally. I am a sucker for innovation and development when it comes to blockchain technology. And that's what really brought me into Alpha Labs with the utilities that we're actually developing that pay out on chain. That's a big difference. It's not, you're no longer relying on a single entity making the payment out. For a lot of these other tokens that are coming out these days, you still have to rely on the team actually doing the manual labor to send out these payments for whatever it is. With Alpha Labs, everything is automated and everything is on chain. So there's no trust given to the team outside of like the technology itself will happen regardless of the team implementing it or not, because it's zeros and ones. It's in the code, if that makes sense.
Actually, I'm kind of wrapping my head around it. So, what do you mean by payment by the team itself, compared to being in the blockchain? What kind of payment are we talking about here?
Well, for instance, at Alpha Labs, we have the post to earn utility. So that's basically going to allow us to bring in different influencers that can use the post to earn utility to their own advantage for their own social media presences. So if they want to allow their followers to actually make money off of the content that the influencer is actually creating, they can actually implement this through our utility. And they will be getting paid rewards in whatever token it is that is paying out for, oh my God, sorry.
No worries. It happened to me earlier, whatever
Yeah,
that is.
one sec.
Okay, okay.
Down. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. My cat's going absolutely nuts. Like I said, 11 o'clock at night. So
Yeah.
the perfect hour for the cats to just go absolutely
Hmm.
nuts. Anyways,
Hmm.
where was I? I was talking
I
about utility.
Yeah, the payment, but I guess to cover the questions earlier, because my next question is about to giving you for you giving a short introduction on what Alpha Labs is all about, but you're kind of answering it right now, but now we can dive in deeper to that.
I see. Okay. Let me start. Basically, for anybody that's followed the project up until this point, they know what happened. We have just done a token migration, and that migration came from we had a different name, and we were given an actual letter from a lawyer saying we needed to cease and desist. So because of that, I'm not going to say the name of the token. I'm just going to say the ticker symbol, which is Top G. Top G was a post to earn token that was essentially, if you promoted the token itself, you got rewards based on a number of different variables. Some of those variables being shares, likes, views, all that type of stuff. And you got rewards in the token for creating the content and actually publishing it. And then there was a team that would verify that this content is not being botted, anything like that. And then these people would get paid out. So from there, we had such a good utility, but we were kind of stuck to the actual name of the single entity that we were named after in terms of being a fan token. And that limited us. We eventually got a shout out from the person themselves, and we started to skyrocket. After that, the person was in contact with us, and eventually what happened was he manipulated the price. At that point, we understood that the only way that we could really do anything with this and our utility was to migrate. So we created a migration DApp where everybody who held the previous token was able to jump on, connect their wallet, essentially migrate their tokens over into a secure wallet. And then when the time, when we hit the goal of how much we needed to get the liquidity so that we could then implement it and inject it into the alpha token liquidity pool, we airdropped everybody their tokens. So now this is what is going on right now is we've relaunched and we're sitting quite nicely at about a $2 million market cap. And with that, we're basically starting to roll out the rest of the roadmap, except rather than be tied to a single name, we are Alpha Labs, the entire protocol itself.
Okay, I guess I kind of know what project are you talking about based on the information you're giving me, but of course you're not going to mention that name. So this is a complete migration from the previous name that you got. But have you had any changes to it? Because you said that before it was manual, so this time it's going to be automated. That's the only difference you've had, or is there anything else?
No, not at all. That's actually not what I said. It was
Oh,
never.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's totally okay. It was never manual in the first place. Everything's been automated in terms of our utility since the very beginning. But what we've added to Alpha Labs compared to just that initial post to earn utility that we had on the previous token, we've got a lot coming up. We've got an actual exchange, decentralized exchange, that's going to have an affiliate program built into it. So without giving away too much, an example that I like to use is imagine PancakeSwap just launches, but instead of PancakeSwap taking those fees, you give it to the people that actually recommend people to come use the platform. So there's an affiliate program to the DEX itself. If you get people to use it, that person gets a percentage of the transactions through their referral link. Does that make sense so far?
Okay, I kind of get it now. Yeah, so pancake swap, but it's for the people who actually uses it. Like, people. It's only pancake swap that's profiting from using their swap, but this time it's gonna be distributed to the people, not the holders, but the referral link. Or is it
The ref-
both?
the exactly okay. I'm glad you asked. So everybody's going to benefit from this system, but most importantly, what's going to happen here is as DeFi and crypto expands, and we end up in this area where you know. I hate to bring this up again, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't Hillary Clinton's daughter make a video about crypto at the tip of the last bull market? So my point is as these people start to jump onto the crypto train again, they can use the Alpha X protocol and that actual exchange that we've created, and they have a link. So anybody that trades using their link, they will get a cut of that of the transaction fees. So it's in everyone's best interest to promote this as much as possible if they have an affiliate link. And the goal is we're trying to connect Web3 to all the influencers out there.
Okay, and speaking about the migration, so it's like 100% basically sent to the token holders from before. Is it vested by any chance, or is the entire token sent out at one go?
Oh, everything got sent out. Absolutely. Our holders are so loyal. We knew that. I mean, obviously, there's going to be the people that want to just get out of here, but the people that have been involved in the project from the jump have been so loyal in the community in terms of suggestions, everything like that, that we knew if we airdropped everybody upon launch, we're not going to suffer like a migration dump type of
Yeah, that
situation.
was what I was about to say. Like, I was thinking that maybe it's vested because usually when people migrate the tokens, it's gonna be a dump, like way, way less than the launch price. But you're holding the floor quite nicely for a token that actually aired up 100% of the V1 holders. So that's really impressive work.
Absolutely. And look, I'm looking at the chart right now. I'm not going to, BS anybody in this AMA. But the truth is that we did suffer some price correction. But with that, we were already, prepared for that. And the team has a lot of stuff in terms of funds, in terms of marketing planned moving forward that we were kind of waiting for what to happen. We knew that there was going to be some sort of price correction, and then that's when everything comes into play, because we don't want to, for lack of a better word, spend all the marketing on a bunch of jeets that are going to dump when you get X amount up, right? So basically we're consolidating to the point. This is why we set up the AMA tour. I'm going to be doing 12 of these AMAs over the course of the next month. We've got a partnership with Shannon the Cannon Briggs. He is a two-time world heavyweight champion of the world in boxing. He
Oh,
beat George
Shannon,
Foreman.
yeah, I know him.
He's come into our voice chats. If anybody, wants to come join the Telegram chat, Shannon Briggs will literally come in there and for the entire time will call everybody champ and get you so motivated that you just want to, take the headphones off, close the laptop, whatever it is, and go for a 5K run or something like that. Like it's absolutely mad, man.
Well, you got a really solid influencer inside, or is he part of the team, or just an influencer, by the way?
I mean, at this point, I can't say he's on the core team, but I can say
Okay.
that he's coming into every voice chat, and we've got a really interesting partnership coming up with him. However,
Okay, that's
what
something to
I
look forward
okay,
to. Yeah.
I don't want to get basically. All right, let me explain it like this. He
Okay,
wants,
let's keep
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sorry about this, guys, but without giving away too much, and I know that I can give this away because it's recorded and pinned in the Telegram chat for Alpha Labs, the voice chat with Shannon talking about this. The two-time heavyweight champion of the world boxing, beat George Foreman, is partnered with us. And what he's trying to create right now is an affordable phone plan that goes across all of the globe. So essentially, he's got deals all over the world, and he is part of the Alpha Labs team. Go have a look at his official verified Instagram, and you'll find out that we're working together. That's all I'm going to say, because it's just a tiny
Okay.
it's a tiny part of what Alpha Labs is all about. But yeah, for now, that's all I'm going to say, and then you guys will find out in the future if you go follow
Okay. I have
Shannon Briggs,
more
follow
questions
Alpha
in
Labs.
regards to that, but I'm gonna hold my tongue in respect to you not revealing too much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So going back to Alpha Labs as a project, so I'm curious, what kind of rewards are we talking about? Is it going to be paid in the native token?
Absolutely. So when you do buy alpha and you want to start staking it, we've got three staking pools. The first one has no time lock whatsoever. You stake or unstake. The only fee you pay is through the actual gas fee on the chain. And right now we're sitting at a 31%, 31.28% APR. Yesterday that was 175 and then sat around 70 for a little while. So basically what this is telling me is that a lot of people are putting they're actually staking their alpha themselves in the zero time lock pool. And then underneath that, we've got a 60-day and a 90-day. And the 60-day sitting at 167% APR, and the 90-day sitting at 196, so almost 200%. Those have gone down as well, which also indicates that more people are locking up the funds, their alpha tokens, to get that reward. But yeah, everything's paid out in alpha itself, and same goes for the actual post to earn utility. That will be paid out in alpha as well.
Okay, and right now I think we can talk about the taxes that we got in the token. So can you tell us more about the tokenomics about Alpha Labs?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, right now we have a 7 and 7, so 7% buy, 7% sell. Uh, Within that, we have 3%, which is used for rewards, which we're going to pay people out for the post to earn. We've got 3% liquefied into BNB for marketing. And then we've got 1% allocated to the LP. We want to thicken that LP up. That was something that happened when prior to the migration, that we saw these big sells coming in and it really didn't affect price. And we were going, what's going on? But when we looked at it, we realized that our LP was so thick at that point that these, what would be considered a big sell in a small cap altcoin, it really wasn't doing that much. So yeah, between the LP, the reward side of things, and the marketing, that accounts for the 7%. That's in a swap to liquefy. That will eventually sell before, so we don't end up with millions of alpha tokens, and then we have to sell those in order to get the marketing money. Everything's put over to BNB, and then depending on how market's doing, we kind of have a better idea of how much we can spend on certain marketing aspects.
Okay, yeah, that was my first worry because usually in projects that rewards the project holders or people who are participating in that project, in the native token, they have the tendency to just give a sellout every time the reward is given. So I'm glad
And
you
then
kind of
and then
balance
down goes
it
the
out.
price.
Yes, exactly. That's the usual
Yeah.
problem with that. But at the same time, if you reward it within a let's say a rewards token paying in another currency, it also drops the price because the contract sells it. So this time you're controlling the cells in terms of how the rewards are given, or is it automated as well?
Everything is on chain, so it is automated, and it will be automated in Alpha Token. However, here's the thing, man. We feel like we have such a strong community that if we do reward the people out in this in Alpha Token, we're confident that we can maintain a 50-50% sell versus hold equation. And the reason we are confident that we can do that is because of all basically the fact that ever since the inception of this project, the team has delivered on time every single time, every single thing that we ever said we're going to do. And with that, we instilled confidence in the community, and the community has instilled confidence back into us. So we can give them this reward because they are holding that reward with the idea that, this token is going to increase. Now, we are not banks. We cannot control people's money. We cannot control what people do. If people sell, I completely understand. Here's the thing, man. Everybody's financial situation is completely different. If you
Yeah.
need to if you need to liquefy some stuff in order to pay for family, for health, for anything along those lines, whatever it is, I want everybody to do that. I don't want anyone to hold alpha over, health. But at the end of the day, we're implementing so much utility and so much, everything is lined up so perfectly at this point that the people that are on the edge of whether or not they sell that reward or if they hold it, we're confident that they're going to be holding that actual asset, the alpha token.
I mean, the chart speaks for itself. I mean, this is above the lunch, if not the same as lunch price. So I think it's pretty much holding out well. And the rewards are only giving out right now as of the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Post to earn utility is live. It's absolutely
Yeah, that
live, and
definitely shows
yeah,
how solid the community is in terms of holding their
yeah,
tokens. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, here's
Mhm.
the
So,
thing: everybody
mhm.
can invest in. The staking pools are going to go down no matter what. As more people join, those pools are going to go down no matter what project you're in. At the end of the day, we have something here that we can pay out people for exposure. When the exposure comes, regardless of if it worked or not, with this utility, you're going to see a positive, in my opinion, a positive return on investment just by having people promote the token itself and paying them out the reward that is at that time. If they get that much alpha, the content that they made, given the algorithm that the team has come up with, should bring back more eyeballs and exposure on the project itself, which then turns into buys. That's the idea. And I've seen it happen in front of my eyes. So I'm fully on board.
Yeah, that's a good vision to have. And just to confirm, so the post to earn is live now.
Yeah, Post to
Or
Earn is live. Post to Earn was live on the first
Mhm,
rendition of this entire thing, and people were actually making money. Like,
mhm.
it reminds me of the old BSC days where you'd get these airdrops for doing certain things, and you'd get it at
Oh
a
yeah,
certain price,
there's
and then
not
you
that
come
often
back.
now.
Well,
Yeah,
but you look and you go, "Oh wow, that's $400." Like as price
just for
increases.
sharing, just for doing this, the referrals. Yeah, those were the good days.
Exactly, right? Exactly. But what we've done here between the entire protocol and the utility that we're creating, we're basically factoring in the business cost of these payouts and these rewards and making sure that what we pay out is still going to be enough that the customer is happy or the content creator is happy, and we're still able to run a protocol. There needs to be funds for the team itself. There needs to be funds for the payouts. And we've allocated it and split it up in a perfect way again, in my opinion, where we're going to be able to constantly keep doing this. And as this gets bigger and more people join and more people create content, we're going to be able to continue paying those people out and every new member that joins and creates content, while still maintaining enough of a budget in the background on the team side of things, development side of things, to make sure that this can continue going forward.
I see, but I've also seen in phase two in the roadmap, you have this poster in VIP. What difference does it make if it's VIP?
Sorry, what are you looking at?
The post to earn VIP. So what difference is it with the regular post to earn?
Post to earn VIP. Are you in the white paper?
I'm in the roadmap on the website actually, or is this outdated?
Which one? Depends. Which one do you
Phase
got?
two under the roadmap actually.
Phase
Under
two under roadmap.
Yeah, phase two roadmap, Alpha Labs. I'm not sure we're looking at the same thing. I can
I'm looking at roadmap right now, and I'm not seeing. No, I'm not seeing it. Maybe you've got the. You know what? I think you've got the white paper from the first time we did this. Let me send you a message real quick. You on the same one? CH, you there? Can anybody hear me, or are we good? I can't allow anybody to speak. I don't have permission. So Okay. Okay, he can hear me. All right. Not really 100% sure what's going on, guys. However, I'll continue on. If we're talking about the roadmap, the official roadmap that I can touch to, in quarter three, website development, Seifu token contract, Pink Sale Fair launch, alpha staking, CMC and CG listing, post to earn affiliate marketing partnerships with top call channels. There is literally not one of those things we haven't done outside of CMC and CG listing. And the only reason it's not done yet is because we relaunched. We had it done in a matter of 48 hours on the previous time. And we're pretty much confident that we're going to be able to do that again. So if you're waiting for the CMC or CG listing, it hasn't happened yet. If you jump in now, chances are you'll get that CG CMC pump. Outside of those, literally, that's the only thing we haven't done. You can stake your tokens. We've had the fair launch. We've had the Seifu token contract, which took ages, but it was worth it because people know now we are 100% legitimate. Website's done and partnerships with top call channels. I mean, we're sitting here right now in Phoenix. So we've got 12 of these planned in the next 30 days. I'm doing every single one of them.
Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah, my quality might be better because I switched devices. So yeah.
That's okay. Sorry, I was just giving a quick run through of the road itself. Do you mind if I put that up before we jump back?
Of course, yeah.
All right. You're all good to go?
Yeah, all good, all good. I'm sorry, I don't know what
Okay.
happened with. Yeah.
That's okay. Telegram, once you hit over 20 people in a voice
Oh
chat, they start
man,
producing weird
yeah.
things.
Unfortunately, this is the popular for this space. I mean, I would choose any other platforms. We got Discord, everything else, but yeah, this is the space that we work in.
I'm telling you right now, man, Discord is not any better. We moved over there for my
Really?
other job, and it just really did not stick. No. Telegram is, ironically enough, for group meetings like this, seems to be the best. Anyways, let me continue.
Okay.
All right. So that was quarter three, guys. That's basically what we've already done. We've already crushed that, and we're not even into quarter four, and we're working on everything in the roadmap that's in quarter four as we speak. And what that is Alpha X, which is going to be our DEX. It's a decentralized exchange that's going to offer some pretty interesting NBD things. And when I say NBD, I mean never been done. Aspects to the decentralized exchange world that you're going to be able to make money through, and it's not farming. We're not, farming is one way. Everybody has their opinion on it, but that's not what we're offering. It's not your typical, run at a pancake fork. We've got an affiliate system that's going to be coming into that exchange. It's absolutely huge. If we really think of the marketing potential at that point, if you want to get people interested in crypto that weren't interested before, offer them money. You give them some money for how many people they bring in, things start to really work, and we start to grease the cogs in the machine, and everything starts spinning, and we start generating transaction fees for community holders, for what I mean to say is individual investors, as well as the people that are referring people. So they don't even need to be into crypto. They can just use their social media presence to get people in, to get paid themselves. We've got updates going to
money to earn rewards. They don't need to spend money to earn rewards.
In terms of influencers, if they create an affiliate link and those and their followers go and use the affiliate link, absolutely, they brought in the traffic. They will get rewarded. They'll need to have a wallet, obviously, but that's basically how it works.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's a really smart way to get influencers in because, people are really skeptic in terms of cryptocurrency because of the FUD that a lot of governments have been doing to it. But if you're going to earn free money doing nothing, investing nothing, but creating a wallet, which is also free, that is a good way to get people outside the crypto space to be inside it. So smart marketing, that works.
Look, I've said it from the very beginning of joining the team. It's the simplest idea in the world, but for some reason, nobody has done it. If you're basically paying your followers to promote you in order for them to receive rewards based on how well their promotion did. You don't have to pay them X amount every month, whether they did well or they did not. You don't have to give them a base salary and then commission on how well they do. No, the content itself speaks for itself. And the people who created the content will get paid accordingly to how well the content does. It doesn't get any simpler than that. There's no risk for these people to jump on board. If you want to get into
Absolutely.
crypto and you have a social media presence following, you use this, you will make money. If you're a social media, you know what I mean? Like we can't speak on people's trading habits and everything like that. But at the end of the day, if you're just referring people to a DEX, the same way that I've referred multiple friends who are looking to get into DeFi, to PancakeSwap, to Uniswap, to all these different DEXs, I haven't seen any money from that. But moving forward, if anybody wants to find out how to get into DeFi, I'm going to tell them to go to Alpha Labs, use my referral link. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's smart marketing. You'll earn money,
Yeah.
and they'll think that you're just sharing a random link, and yeah, they wouldn't be aware that you're actually getting rewards as well. But it doesn't matter because they're also going to be sharing that referral link to the others, and it's just free marketing for everyone.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and by the way, I think we just passed the mark wherein we can ask questions from the community. So, do you have anything else you wanted to add before we give it to the floor for community questions?
Yeah. Yeah, I do actually. I'd quickly like to, before we move into a little bit of a rant from myself, the VIP section that you were speaking about in terms of post to earn, that was going to be rewarded to the most interacted posts being like essentially we'd create a leaderboard, and the most content, the most engagement to everything would then generate the VIP, which would get extra rewards.
Oh, okay, I see. It's for like
Yeah.
the best of the best, like the top. Yeah,
The
they'll get the
alphas,
VIP rewards.
the alphas, 100%.
I see. Okay, so I guess that is it for the question. For the things that you're gonna add, so we can jump into the community questions.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, guys, so you know the drill in terms of questions. You can ask your questions either in the main chat or you can ask it over the VC. Just priority will be given to the VC questions. So let's go on for the first question. We got Jivenga, you're allowed to speak. Please ask your question. Hello, Jivenga? Okay.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go once, twice, thrice. Okay, let's choose another one. I think people just got shy as soon as I unmuted them. So, let's choose. I am Blake. You're allowed to speak. Please ask your question, sir. Hello, I'm
Hello.
Blake. You need to. Okay, good.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So quickly, I just want to know since utilities about content creators post to end, what will you do to cope or prevent plagiarism and piracy in your platform?
All right. Awesome. I don't know if I heard all that, but what I heard is how will we stop plagiarism, basically bots and
Mhm.
essentially like fake content being created, and then we waste the post to earn treasury on scammers
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah, that is
We have
actually
a
my
very,
question as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. We've got a verification team. So we basically got a team that goes through the content, and then once we see the content itself, we're able to essentially monitor how many views, shares, likes that piece of content does, and then the rewards are based off that data. It's not actually based off the initial verification data. So if somebody sees that the content comes in and it's duplicates, or if the likes, shares, everything like that is going exceedingly fast, there's always a level of somebody being able to go in there and go, that one is not actually producing anything real. That was submitted by a bot. That was this, that was that, that was the other. So at the end of the day, it has to go through a vetting process, any of the content that goes out, before it is eligible for the actual rewards that the content was made for.
Okay, thank you so much for your question, and it's impressive that you have an actual team. Yeah, you have an actual team that is in charge of
Hello?
the botting and the scams and everything. Because that was my first worry in terms of like the referral, the post to earn, because a lot of people can just easily take advantage of that. You know, lots of bots sharing it, creating new accounts. So given that you have you have your special team just to handle that part of the project. So yeah, that shows how serious you are in terms of keeping the rewards as organic, and only the deserving people will get it.
Well, here's the thing, man. We've seen it so many times of people taking advantage of these protocols utilities like sleep to earn. I know this sounds crazy to even say, but
Leave
sleep
to
to earn.
earn. Wow, that's
You
my
know,
dream job.
well, there's Steppin, there's Bikin, there's all these new projects that are coming up all over here, trying to convince people that, you know, you do this, you'll get that. But at the end of the day, people figure out ways, like you for example, one that I saw very recently was a bike to earn token that was coming out on the BSC. And after everything happened, they had a successful everything. Boom. What do you know? Some guy set up a motor on a bicycle. You know, like
Yeah,
it's,
there's
and now, you know, he's
there's
getting
smart
paid
way.
out like crazy, right? So the beautiful thing about this is we do have a verification process. When the content comes in, we make sure that they are the first time that it's come through to us, as well as not copied from somebody else, elsewhere, whatever it may be. If you create content for us, you will get paid from us. It's as simple as that.
That's pretty much fair. And okay, so I guess we can jump on to the next question here over the main chat.
Hello, sir.
Um, okay,
Hello.
I think Jabenga. Hello, Jabenga. Finally, yeah. Now you're back. You can ask your question, Jabenga.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity, man. Yeah. My question is about the verification process. But you just said you don't have a team that review the content people upload. Then how do you prevent people uploading the bad content that will actually spoil the image of the project? And what if I have a content uploaded on the platform before and someone uploaded a same content? Would there be room for that? Would there be room for sharing the content?
I think while you were gone, that was answered, Jabenga. Radar, is that correct? It was answered in the previous one.
Well, I didn't actually hear the question. Jabenga broke up quite a bit, and I wasn't able to hear the entire
Checking
thing.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think okay. Yeah, he's kind of cutting out, but I got his question. So his question was basically, how will you prevent the people from botting the platform from
Oh, yes,
posting the
yes, yes,
same
of
content?
course.
Yeah, it's the same project.
Of course,
So
of course. Yeah. Again, I'll do a quick TLDR. Basically, we have a verification process to make sure that nobody's duplicating content across 5 wallets and trying to get 5 times rewards, anything like that. We have a team that is there making sure that this content is new, it's official, it's coming from the source itself, and that at that point, then they are eligible for the rewards. Before that, they are not. Until they actually pass that verification in terms of the content, not eligible for rewards. However, when we want to touch on our staking pool, stuff like that, that is operating 100% on chain. So if you lock up your funds, if you just put your funds in for the 0-day pool, whatever it may be, you get those things. There's no verification process that way.
I see. So yeah, that's your question, Jabenga. Thank you so much. We'll go on to the next question over the main chat. Okay, so how will you get the attention of the Tate Bros to do this? I know there's some controversy to it, but yeah, that's his or her question. And why is it what do you call this? Yeah, I think that was the first part of the question. Is that even part of your plan? And another second part is like the staking in this 60-day pool. Is it completely untouchable, or is there a way to unstake it emergency staking for a fee?
All right. Okay. I'll touch on the second question first. In terms of the staking, once you lock it up, we've got 3 pools. If you choose one of the ones that is 60 days or 90 days, then you've locked your funds up. Look, it's DeFi, it's code. There are tools out there that if you want to somehow, emergency withdrawal, if you do the research, you can find them. I'm not imploring anybody to do that. What I am saying is if you put that money in on a 60-day or a 90-day lockup, chances are you're bullish on the project. And no matter what happens in the next, hour, 10 hours, 10 days, 10 weeks, just let that ride out. You got a super competent team. We've delivered on everything we've said in the very beginning, all the way up until this point. So my suggestion is if you did, and for some reason you want to, exit, just forget that that's even in there and come back in a month, 2 months, 3 months, however long you want to lock it up for. Well, I guess actually only 2 months or 3 months. That's the pools that we got. And if you don't mind, CH, could you just refresh my memory about the first question?
Oh, they mentioned the name, which is possibly connected to the first project. Yeah, the brothers.
Right.
So are you
All right.
planning to get involved with that? Yeah.
I got something. Yeah, there's yeah, absolutely. All right. So the way this works is we initially started as a fan token for a certain individual. Now that that person that we created the fan token for ended up not really being that nice of a person. Always talking about his community, this, that, and the other. We created a token with hopes of reaching him, and we did. He's one of the biggest people on social media right now, or actually was. He just got canceled, so he's not on there anymore. Kind of dodged a bullet there, if you don't. However, he was at the time, and we managed to get his ears. Both his brother and him put out a story saying whoever created the token should contact them. So we did. We had conversations with them, and what they wanted from us was unacceptable if we were to maintain integrity in the total supply of the token that we had created. He wanted 50% of the entire supply, not circulating, total. We told him we couldn't even do that because it's all locked up, the Seifu badge, everything that we got. And when that happened, we offered him an alternative, by the way. It was a vesting thing that we could send out X amount of tokens per month, but he didn't want that. And what ended up happening was he then came out with another story saying every single one of these things is a scam, even though we took every single precaution to be recognized. If you're in crypto, you know that we're not a scam. If you're a fan of somebody on social media and they say this, you probably think we're a scam. You know what I mean? Like the Seifu badge itself means we don't have control. If anybody doesn't know what the Seifu badge does, please go have a look. It's pretty incredible. Part of my job is looking up pre-sales to find malicious codes, potentially malicious codes. If I see the Seifu badge, I don't even look at them. So we have that. And when he came out with that statement, it definitely affected the price in the nicest way possible. That's the only way I can say it. It affected the price. And that's why, because after that, we got the cease and desist letter. We also didn't want to be attached to the single entity of that one person's name. That's why we migrated to Alpha Labz.
That is really impressive. I mean, the journey you got, a cease and desist order, especially from a huge person in social media, and you're still holding on to this project. That is really impressive. And 50% of the total circulation.
Yeah, I know. But before we go any further, let's not forget that we 60x that from launch. From launch, we 60 times at the all-time high. And that's not due to the manipulation that came from the brothers itself. It was good marketing, solid team, 24/7 customer service. And then we got ourselves to a point where they went, okay, this is legitimate. Let's talk to them. That's how that worked out. Anyways, that's besides the point. I hope that answered the question.
Sure, definitely. That's well explained, man. Thank you so much for sharing that. So I guess we have time for one last question before we start wrapping up. So, LOL World, you're allowed to speak. Please ask your question.
Hello, CH. Am I audible?
Hello. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for giving me the mic. My question was gonna be about the post to end podcast. So, seeing that you have that feature installed, when people are actually using the podcast, how is it gonna be? Are they gonna be earning from the amount of people who are gonna be joining the stream, or yeah, the amount of hours they're actually staying? I just want to know how it's gonna be operating.
All right.
Trader, you got that? Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I got most of it, 95% of it. And the first thing I want to do is thank you for that question, because you just got my brain thinking in a very peculiar way. You're absolutely right. In terms of an affiliate to come, if I understand the question correctly, if you get viewers and listeners coming to the podcast, is that what you meant?
I
Yeah,
think
that was the question.
Yeah. Wow. If I'm being completely honest with you, and this is in honor of the entire project being 100% transparent from the ground up, I don't know. I genuinely don't know, man. I wish I had an answer, but that's something we haven't even thought about yet. When it comes to affiliates because I'm looking at the roadmap, right? Pepe, come.
the
Sorry.
cats again. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, just ruined it. We're looking at Q1 2023 for the podcast to come out. So the podcast is the idea. However, getting people to listen to the podcast through the post to earn model within our own ecosystem is something that I never even came across of thinking, man. Thank you very much. That's the answer to the question, is thank you. I apologize, man. I wish I had an answer, but I don't.
Yeah, no worries, man. Appreciate you for the very transparent answer. Thanks, CH. Thanks, Trader, for the opportunity.
For sure. I'd like to touch on that really quickly too, is I would imagine, yeah, no, the way that this works, like literally it's going through my brain right now. This is so fun because the podcast is obviously my area, right? So this is one of the things on the roadmap where I go, yeah, that's me. All the development stuff is not me at all. So I see this and I go, okay, now I got something else. I can think about that. So thank you very much, man. I appreciate that suggestion, is what I'm going to call it. And when that podcast gets up and running, if you're still around, shoot me a DM. I'll get you on an episode. We can talk about some stuff.
Wow,
Okay,
I
cool.
got a really
That's gonna be
a
fun.
good ticket
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, congratulations. So yeah, that's a good way, guys. Anyway, yeah, that's also a good way. That's a good reason for you to please follow Alpha Labs in their Telegram group. Also, because we're not able to cater to all of the questions that you have or you may have. So the best way is to just join their Telegram group and ask your questions over there, and also for their latest updates in regards to their project. And I'm sure that Chadar and the rest of his team in Alpha Labs will be more than happy to answer all of your questions.
Yeah, I say
So
it. I say it all the time. If anybody's got any questions at all, my DMs are 100% open. Send me a DM. I get back to every single DM that I ever get, even if it's a scam, if it's anything. I still like to take the piss sometimes. However, if you send me a DM and you have a genuine question, I will always give you a genuine answer. That's part of my job over here at Alpha Labs, and I'm willing to, unless I'm asleep, but I'll get you when I wake up. So outside of that, guys, please feel free to shoot me a DM or join the main chat, ask your questions in there. We've got lots of knowledgeable moderators that are, basically active 24/7 again. Like I said, it's just part of the project, 24/7, 365. Let's do this. Thank you very much, CH.
of course, but before we end the AMA, I guess last part, can you give us a short summary, especially aim for the people who are late to joining this AMA, on what Alpha Labs is all about and why people should be investing in it in the near future?
Absolutely. The way that I like to look at this right now, in the simplest way, without going over absolutely everything we just spoke about, is in Q4 of 2022. So in the next couple months, we're coming out with Alpha X. Alpha X is a decentralized exchange that is doing stuff that has never been done before. We are currently in Q3. If you want pre-sale to Alpha X, this is the way that I look at it. Buy now. It's open to the public. Everybody can buy whatever you want. However, when it does come down to Alpha X, that's coming out in the next couple months, and this is a pre-sale opportunity to get in before this goes public, and a bunch of influencers are recommending their followers to come use Alpha. Like that's seriously what's going to happen, in my opinion, at least. I mean, come on. For me, that's reason enough. Outside of that, we've got a wicked post to earn utility. If you want to come in and create content, you're able to create that content, submit it, and you get paid for how viral that content gets. It's free money if you're already a content creator. All the stuff you were making for free before, you can now make it and submit it and get paid. Outside of that, I mean, Seifu badge with pink sale. I don't know. I could go on for hours just rambling about how many things we got coming up and how much shit we did before. But outside of that, CH, I think that's it, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for.
Sorry for cussing. Sorry for cussing. I cussed.
Oh man, come on. A lot of people have cussed a lot more in this one. We don't need to be child friendly. We're all adults here, so don't worry.
Okay, I appreciate that. This has been awesome, guys. I really do appreciate everybody coming in and listening. I also really appreciate Phoenix calls and the entire brand behind Phoenix. I think you guys are awesome. You do a good vetting process prior to letting guys like me come in and pitch something. So when these calls come out, it seems to be that they actually have a team behind them and everything's working in the investor's favor. And that's what we want to promote here, especially with Alpha Labs and everything else that we do. So I hope everybody enjoyed this for the last hour. And then if anybody's got any questions or anything, please send me a DM or the main chat. Everything's all good.
Definitely. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, of course, our priority here in Phoenix Holdings is protecting our investors and community from projects that are suspicious. And man, Tradar, it's been amazing having you in this AMA. This is definitely one of the more better AMAs that I've hosted in terms of the project itself. So thank you so much for choosing Phoenix Holdings and hosting in your AMA. And I do hope and wish you the best in the project itself. And yeah, personally, I'll be looking into the project and the developments as well. So with that being said, thank you everyone for tuning in another AMA here at Phoenix Holdings. And we will be seeing you again on the next one, hopefully. Goodbye,
Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's do this. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Okay. Goodbye. Good night. Bye.